One of the biggest challenges around talent attraction or acquisition has always been the ability to demonstrate the financial impact you're having on the company or organisation you're working for. I was working for a company a while ago, and my boss at the time and I came up with a calculation that, although not perfect, definitely moved the conversation forwards in terms of showing to the purse string holders that by becoming more efficient and effective, could either have an impact on the revenue that people were generating, or B, demonstrated the actual cost to a business of not having someone in a seat. In this video, I'm going to show you that model and how you can use it to make your own calculations and have those conversations you might need to be having in your businesses. So, drum roll please, ladies and gentlemen, and allow me to introduce you to the Attraction Efficiency Revenue Impact Model. Admittedly, when I hear it out loud, it's not the most sexiest of titles, but I'm hoping that the usefulness of this tool more than makes up for the clunky title I've given it. A couple of things that you need to know before using this. Number one, this is based on understanding how long it takes the people you successfully hire to apply for the role in the first place. That's really important. So just to clarify, this is understanding those that you hire, how long does it take them from the role going live for them to apply? So you're looking at time to apply. The premise being that if they can apply faster, they can start sooner, ramp up to productivity quicker, and have a potential impact on revenue sooner. And that's the main thing. This is what's the potential impact to revenue that you could have if you could get people to apply faster, ergo be hired faster, start sooner, ramp up quicker, and start contributing to revenue, whether directly or indirectly. So let me take you through that. So to get the base figure, very rudimentary, you take your annual revenue of your organization, and we'll keep maths. Let's say it is 100 million. And let's say you employ 500 people. Not 5,000, that would be stupid. Let's say 500 people. So what this does is give you that base calculation that the rest of this hinges off of. So this says the baseline potential daily revenue impact per employee with that revenue and that number of employees is about 547, let's say £548 per day, which means that every individual, everything being equal, which I'll come on to in a moment, contributes that much revenue to the business per day. Now, you may argue that, hang on a second, I think sales should be weighted higher because they have a direct impact on the P&L. I call it degrees of separation. So sales are 1 degree separated from the top line of the P&L. By that I mean if they make a sale or they don't, you see a spike if they do, or it flatlines or it declines if they don't because of their overheads. So you may say, well, hang on a second, I want sales to be weighted more. Yes, sales, I think, contribute 100% of that. You then might say marketing, nothing against marketing, I'm a fellow marketer at heart, they're not directly impacting that top line of the revenue, but obviously they contribute, they bring in the leads and so on and so forth. So you might say, for example, I don't think marketing do that 547, I reckon they might do 80% of it, as an example. And then you might have customer service, maybe don't contribute to revenue, new revenue, but definitely to retention. And again, you don't have to overthink this. It's just giving you that flexibility if you want to. So let's say, again, random numbers, let's say 80%. And product and tech. Now, in a tech business, you could argue that tech and sales stand shoulder to shoulder, product and tech, because if they're not making a product, you've got nothing to sell. So let's say they stay at 100% as well. You may argue more. Tech people might say, well, actually, if we don't build it, you don't sell it. So we should be weighted slightly higher, as an example. And there's others you can add, you can subtract departments that you might be looking to hire for. Then you go back through these, and let's say for salespeople, you're SME or large business and you want to hire 30 more people in the next year. And in marketing, let's say you're going to hire 10 more people. And product and customer service, you're looking to hire, I don't know, let's make the numbers up, 15 people. And product and tech, you need, I don't know, 10 people, developers, engineers, managers, that kind of thing. Then you go time to hire. Now, I do stress there's a lot of argument about time to hire and whether it does more harm than good. I think it definitely has a role to play. It's not the be-all and end-all, and if it is over-egged, then it definitely can have a damaging effect. Quality is far more important, but quality and speed would be the perfect mix. So just want to get that in there because I know a lot of people kind of are against time to hire or too much focus on it. Anyway, back to the model. So you've done step one. You've looked at kind of what's the potential impact an individual can have every day, because you need that to calculate, if you become more efficient, what's that daily accrued impact on the P&L potentially. And now we're going to look at what's your current time to hire days. So you might say sales, again, just going with my previous experience, because it's higher volume usually, depending on the type of sales you're doing. But let's say that is running at 38 days. And as a kind of global head of TA or attraction or talent, whatever you want to call it, you might want to get that down to 32 days. Marketing might be a little bit more complex, a little bit more lead time. You might say that's 40 days. And again, you want to get that down to 35 in the following year. Customer service, high volume usually, high turnover. So let's say that's 26 days. You want to get that down to 22. And product and tech, usually higher consideration roles, so take a bit longer. Let's say 42 days, but it would be great if you could get that down to 37. So straight away, you start to see with that volume of hiring that we spoke about in the previous section, if you could reduce the days to apply, then this is the potential impact you could have on revenue generation. And it kind of goes into how this is calculated. So what does this mean for your business? There's a bit of blurb here. You might be building a business case. You're looking for further investment. You don't know where to start. You can lift and shift this into a deck you might be creating or practice it as a voiceover that you want to give. So in this model, by reducing time to hire by your target across 4 departments, the potential impact you could have on revenue generation could be 176,986, blah, blah, blah. And that represents the efficiency gain on those 65 planned hires if you can make it faster. So that maybe give you some leverage. When you want hiring managers to be more responsive, you want your recruiters to screen CVs more quickly. I know that's a bigger issue with AI applications and so on and so forth. But it just gives you that financial thing that usually more senior leaders in the business will pay more attention to. Now, there's another part to this, which is employee lifetime value. So I'm going to fly through this just so you understand. Because I mentioned a moments ago that this isn't just about speed, this is about quality, equally important. In fact, quality, I would say, is more so. And this talks about if you not just hire people faster, this is hiring the right people quicker. And if you hire the right people, and that's for many reasons, they're likely to stay around a bit longer. And if they stay around longer, what's their lifetime value contribution to the business? So this is what this does. This has got some kind of ramp up in terms of their productivity, which then goes into the calculation of this. And I've done some kind of, here's one I prepared earlier, moments. You go through all of these and you fill these in. So let's just say, for example, sales, average tenure 2 years, average salary, additional package, let's say 50% because they get commission, that might be higher. And as you can see, you could do 75% commission if you wanted to, and it changes it, so on and so forth. And what this then does is show you that if you hire these people faster, so we're going to look at that in a moment, and they stay longer, this is what it costs the business over those years of their tenure. This is the contribution they'll have if what we're saying about daily impact to revenue is correct. Same for marketing, same for customer service, same for product and tech. Then you get down to the summary here, overall summary. 4 departments analysed, average cost, average employee lifetime value, average ROI. So again, a bit of an explainer here for what this means for your business. And it means a couple of things, right? It's not just about the impact or potential impact to revenue you'll have if you can get people in faster. And to get them in faster, get them hired faster, and to get them hired faster, get them to be attracted and apply quicker. It's not just about that. It's also, as I've shown with the lifetime value, it's about the long-going impact they'll have if those people you've hired faster are also of a better quality, more compatible to stay with your business, so they don't just start, but they want to strive and succeed over the long term. But you could also flip it around, right? If you go back to these calculations, this isn't just a potential impact for revenue. Another way of saying this is This is the cost of not having these people in seats for this period of time. So that 5 days to you, or whatever it might be, to you, Mr. or Mrs. Hiring Manager, may not seem like a lot, but when you add it all up, it can have a significant impact to the cost of not having them here. So anyway, that's it. That's one of the tools I've recently built and have released for free into the wild. If you'd like some others, feel free to go to my main site where there's other helpful resources, where I share my thoughts via my blog. And there's this resources section where you can find some other tools, again, all for free, which I hope the community finds really helpful in their day-to-day efforts. So that's it from me. Hope you like what you've seen, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.